Now time to have a look at the meeting on Tuesday at Sha Tin, and here is the first race, which is Class 5 over 1200 metres. To kick proceedings off with Magic Traveller dropping here from, or stepping up, I should say, from 1,000 to 1,200 metres with the blinkers going on. Prestige Moochie, Rattan World, Diamond Forever there has the blinkers tongue-tie first time. Goodmanship, Happy Tango, Miracles, he's back for another spin around as Miracles. Modest Gentleman, Call Me Teddy. Day Rich has had a recent trial since he last lined up. Super Joy was better last time out. And Super Hornet has the blinkers coming off. Andrea Atzeni and Jamie Richards. Day Rich Paul likes to lead, but what do they do with Miracles this week?
Yeah, well, he's drawn wide, and he has drawn wide in the past and gone back. So, look, he has run okay from the back in the past. I mean, with Goodmanship, Call Me Teddy, horses like Modest Gentleman, who's gone forward in the past, Happy Tango and Day Rich in the race. If he does go forward, he might be stuck really wide. He just might have to work hard to get outside Day Rich. So they might take the option and go back, I thought.
Let's have a look at the first of the replays, and we're highlighting Modest Gentleman first of all. Goodmanship had a bit of a tough run here. Super Hornet never involved. We've seen a lot of these former Peter Ho gallopers, Paul, come out and win. Is this the next one in a long line, maybe?
I tell you what, he has trialled well on the surface, Modest Gentleman. He trialled behind horses like Beauty Eternal on it and trialled really well. So I'm going to include him. The only thing that worried me was barrier 10. The blinkers are coming off him. He could be wide. He might just get a bit of cover, though.
Next runner we're highlighting, amongst a few others, is Super Joy. Now, he was chased along shortly after the start because he did miss it, and he's looking like he's in a near impossible position here, Paul, but stays on and runs well. Miracles does what Miracles does.
Going to leave Miracles out because of that draw. I'm not sure what they're going to do with him. I think he's had plenty of opportunities, Miracles, as well. James McDonald aboard him, so he might be just a bit under the odds, but I'm going to include Super Joy because it was a really good run. He's by Starcraft, so you think 1650 on the dirt would actually be quite good for him in the way he finishes off his races. But look, he's going to go in for me.
What about Day Rich coming back onto the surface? He actually went pretty well on the surface 2 starts ago when he ran second behind All Is Ready. He's off this turf trial up at Chungfa.
Yeah, look, that second was his first start on the surface, and he just got beaten in the last 50 metres. He was still in front. He's drawn barrier number 1. He's going to be in the front, out of trouble. I know he's only a one-time winner from his 34 starts. But look, he's in the right grade. He's going to be in the right position. Me Choice horses do pretty well here. Benno Jung's horses do really well here on the surface as well. He's a good trainer on the dirt. So look, I'm going to go with him.
Coming off a disappointing performance last time out, Day Rich, who makes it into the top 4.
Yeah, going to put him on top. Day Rich came back onto the all-weather 1 start on it for a second. Got beaten by All Is Ready. I thought it's quite good form for this grade. Super Joy went well at his last time. Modest Gentleman. Happy Tango is a really well-rated horse. His last one was a 50. He's down to this 34 rating, but he's racing below par. But I just want to include him just in case. 10, 11, 8, 6.
Well, you can still roll out of the scratcher late after stuffing yourself on Christmas Day, because the first race at Sha Tin doesn't kick off until 1 p.m. Race 2 is Class 5 once again, but this time we are on the turf for a trip over 1,400 metres. And here's the lineup with Go having a second run in the grade. HZ Torbjorn is only a one-time winner. Noble One has got the blinkers going on, and Francis Lloyd with Zach Purton. Fireball, a 3-time winner. Fortune Master, been a little out of sorts. Chiron, impossible to catch Chiron. Compulsory's got the gear coming off. Cheek pieces, crossover, noseband off. Blinkers being reapplied. Further down, you've got Bella Victory, Just Great 2, who's naught anything from 12. Smart Beauty and Chunwan Glory in the lineup there as well. Pace Paul, perfect rock, but he also needs to improve. He's naught nothing from 11.
Yeah, look, they changed the tactics and went forward with him last time. It didn't really work, but from barrier 9, and there's not much pace in the race, they might have another crack on the C+3 course and go forward with Dylan Moe aboard. If not, then Fireball could easily lead. He's a horse who's drawn nicely, and well, he's drawn 7. I think he can get across. Chunwan Glory goes forward. Just Great 2's got a bad draw. He's going to need a bit of luck. Go's gone back into all his starts.
Fireball, first of all, well, he's pretty hard to catch these days. So Fireball, he's had 2/3 in his last 3 starts. He had a good run, sort of midfield, sort of on the fence there, and stayed on well enough. He's won off a mark a lot higher than this in the past.
Yeah, his last one was actually 10 points higher at 43. He's rated 33 now. Look, his Sha Tin record isn't the worst either. He's had one win, but he's had 9 placings from 21 starts. So he does go well at Sha Tin.
Okay, that is Fireball. As we roll on to HZ Torby, another horse that is tremendously hard to catch. A one-time winner from his 20 starts now. Jerry Chow Benno Jung made some late ground here last time out. Now,
that win was off a rating of 52. It was a second ever start. He's now rated 38. He's only ever had one go at Sha Tin from his 20 starts, and he ran 7th. So it wasn't a totally hopeless run from him either. So coming him back to Sha Tin, threshing him up a little bit, look, I'm going to include him. I think he might be a chance. He's well rated.
Okay, we'll see what he can do. HZ Torby, and one more to have a look at. In fact, a few in this race. A compulsory. Go, Go, Go hasn't done a great deal. And the other one here, Chunwan Glory, he actually made some ground last time out, but he's not run first or second from 18.
No, so I've left him out. Compulsory I'm going to include though, because he was reasonably consistent before when he ran last at Happy Valley. His 3 Sha Tin runs were 4th, 3rd, 4th. He did run on nicely. Now the blinkers are going back on him as well, and he's drawn well in barrier number 5. So he goes in on the minor line. Of these 3, he's the one I like the best.
Okay, so that is Compulsory staying on okay there at last time out. Just looking back through his record, he's 0 from 16 is Compulsory. So we'll see what he can do. I think one night at Sha Tin he went off at a ridiculously short price, didn't he?
Yeah, might well have done. Yeah, look, he's had a couple of 3rds and 4ths, but yeah, he hasn't yet to win yet.
Yeah, one night, 5.3, so quite short there. Who are you going with here?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 4 on top here, which is Fireball. I think he's going to be in the right place. He can either lead or trail. Noble One, he's been disappointing horse as well. He hasn't won from his 20 starts. But look, he had a little excuse on the all-weather last time. Coming back here to the turf, I think, is a good thing over the 1400. So he's in there for second. HZ Torby coming to Sha Tin and Compulsory just on that minor line. 4-3-2-7.
That's race number 2, Class 5 on the turf. That means we're all done with the Class 5s for Tuesday. The fast class for Tuesday's meeting is Class 2, and it's on the all-weather over 1,200 metres. A field of 8 to partake here, with Pinghai Galaxy a winner on the surface 2 runs ago. Seasons Wit failed last time out, but has won a trial since on the surface. Chang Ching Prince, he does enjoy course and distance. He has had the one placing there. And you've got Youthful Deal, Computer Patch. He's first up for a while. He's had an irregular heart. You've got Campione, a trial winner, but has been disappointing, and Exponential. Douglas White, Karis Teaton from barrier number 3. Actually went okay last time out, did Exponential. Pinghai Galaxy, Paul Winnie, 1-2 starts ago. He led up. How much pressure does he get from Campione? Because he actually couldn't even get anywhere near the pace last start.
He couldn't. He was slightly slow away. So I just think he won't let Pinghai Galaxy go this time, because if he did, we see what happened last time. So he'll try and put some pressure on, whether he can get there or not. Computer Patch looks tough for him. Exponential is another one that could put pressure on Pinghai Galaxy, but didn't last time. I thought Seasons Wit would get a really good run just in behind with Majestic Star. I don't know where Youthful Deal is at the moment. I think he'll go back.
Let's hear from Jamie Richards. He's just become a dad, and he's also got Seasons Wit lining up in the main event coming up at Sha Tin on Tuesday.
Jamie, Seasons Wit is a rather interesting runner on the Boxing Day card, trying a new surface and back to Sha Tin, having been quite successful at Happy Valley. How is he leading up to this?
He's in good form. A little bit of a disappointing run from him last time. Trying 1200 for the first time at the Valley. Drew out and had to do a little bit of work and compounded late, but he's had a little bit of time between runs. He's had a trial. And we've always had in the back of our mind to try him on the surface at some stage.
His recent trial, as you mentioned, was on the all-weather. Obviously won that, beat the likes of Woodfire Bro, Ching, Youthful Deal, amongst others. So had a few decent ones behind him, and he looked to go well in that trial.
Yeah, he did. Trialled nicely, but obviously the trials and the pace of the trials are a lot different to race day. But it's only a sort of a small field. It's the same horses that always go around in that grade, and hopefully, you know, he can be a nice chance.
That is Seasons with Jamie Richard lining up on the surface for the first time. Let's go back and look at the replay of Pinghai Galaxy winning off the front here. Exponential's got a terrific race on the inside. Majestic Stars made ground. Youthful Deal. Chang Ching Prince out wider. And Campione. How do we line these horses up again, Paul?
Well, he's got to carry an extra 9 pounds, does Pinghai Galaxy. He's now 135. He's drawn one, so he's going to ping out again once again. I thought it was, he's one that you sort of got to include. He just managed to hang on, didn't he? I just don't know how he's going to go that extra 9 pounds of Seasons Wit right on his back.
Would you put Exponential in?
Just look, he was right. I looked at him twice because it was a good run from him, and he's a really honest horse, Exponential.
Righto, let's have a look at Computer Patch, and we're highlighting him. He hasn't won since Adam was a cowboy. This horse here for Jimmy Ting, Matthew Chadwick. He's second up, but well, he's technically first up just about because he lined up earlier on in the season, but he hasn't won since winning the National Day Cup.
Just the 4 winners, 4 times he's won from his 41 starts. He's had 7 placings in high grades, but he's just not going well enough at the moment. I don't know where he's at as a 7-year-old, so not for me. He runs last in it.
Yeah, so it wasn't put under too much pressure, just under his own steam there, but he's been out of sorts for a long time. Good race, small field. Who's on top?
Going to go with Seasons Wit. I liked his trial on the surface, and he's been a really good horse at Happy Valley, this horse. Majestic Stars won off this rating before. He's won off 91, and I thought he didn't have all the favours last time behind Pinghai Galaxy. Chang Ching Prince has run second off a similar rating over this distance, but he's better over further. And then Pinghai Galaxy. Put him in again, but I'm just worried about that extra 9 pounds he's got to carry. 2, 4, 3, 1.
That was race number 3, the Class 2 at 1200 on the dirt, the Choi Hung Handicap, and that is the first leg of the treble on races 3, 4 and 5. Class 4 over 1,000 metres is the 4th, and there's quite a few on debut in this race, but we can see the lineup here with Baby Crystal at the top. Has got the blinkers going on for the first time, a recent trial winner. Flying Dragon has been second and third in his last couple. Greenwich, disappointing last time out, put up with blood in the trachea. Crazy Treasure on debut for Mark Newnham. Fun Elite on debut for Benno Young. Lifeline Express on debut for John Size. Many Thanks Forever on debut for Jamie Richards. Another debutante is Perfecto Moments for Jimmy Ting, Sponge Babe for Me Choi, and Winning Gold. All of those horses are on debut. Valiant Elegance, Prince Chiswick there's got the cheek pieces going on. Mr Good Vibes was better last time out, and Ace Talent has the pacifiers with the cows being removed for Casper Founds off a rating of 43. No doubt a varying degree here in the speed map pool.
Yeah, half the field haven't raced before, but Baby Crystal has, and he led easily in a recent trial. Prince Chiswick's gone forward in all his races, has his Greenwich. Of the first starters, Fun Elite and Crazy Treasure are both showing a bit of early speed. Perfetto Moments has a little bit as well. Winning Gold from the outside draw should be midfield. Many Thanks Forever back towards with Valiant Elegance. He's been getting back in his races. Mr Good Vibes ran well from the back last start.
First replay we're going to highlight is Flying Dragon, and this, of course, was on the all-weather last time out. Here's Greenwich. He was supported in the market. Bitterly disappointing, really. He did pull up with an issue, but I'm not totally convinced on him now, Paul. No,
I've left him out, actually, Greenwich, because he has got that issue now, and he's looked like he should have won a few times, and he hasn't. He's coming back to straight 1,000. He tried really well on it before his debut run here in Hong Kong, but look, I'm not too sure about him. And Flying Dragon's hard to catch as well. He's another one that's run well down the straight 1,000. He's run well on the all-weather in the past as well.
Hasn't won course and distance, Flying Dragon, but has placed second on 5 occasions for trainer Dennis and Karis Teaton riding well at the moment. He's in the saddle. Baby Crystal absolutely bolted up in this trial here, Paul. It was trial 1 just after 6:30 on a Tuesday morning, and from barrier to box, basically.
Yeah, with blinkers on for the first time. So the blinkers really focused this horse up. We know he's been a speedy horse in the past anyway, and the blinkers might have just done the trick with him. He's drawn ideally in barrier number 13. Of the raced horses, I can't see too many beating him, and is a really good run from him. So it's just unless there's an unknown amongst the first starters.
Yeah, it was too good for them here. Of course, Kaima goes around as a debutant to PP later on in the card. Another trial to have a look at here. We've got Many Thanks Forever and Winning Gold. Actually didn't mind the trial here of Many Thanks Forever. J-Mac was on board for this trial. He's had 4 in total. I thought he looked okay. And the other one here, of course, is Winning Gold. Hul Tung Tai go on him. He wasn't put under too much pressure.
No, and he's drawn nicely in barrier number 14. So he's a good, a really nice trial from this horse. So I think both these horses have got claims. It's just how they can do it on race day. But they both look pretty good. Winning Gold, he didn't run on, but he wasn't pushed out at all. So he hasn't been let go.
No, he certainly wasn't let go there over the final stages. So one you don't mind to hear is Crazy Treasure, a smart missile 3-year-old. All 3 trials with Luke Ferraris on board there. Well, he was on certainly in this one anyway, and jumped well. He was up on the pace.
Yeah, I thought it was a good trial from him. He has shown a lot of pace in his 3 trials to date. He's drawn barrier number 1, so he's going to have to come across from the outside, but he's shown that he has got the pace. I mean, Panda came through and won this trial, but he could have easily won it himself. It was a good trial from him.
Yeah, so he stayed on quite nicely over the final stages there. Did Crazy Treasure for Mark Newnham and Luke Ferraris there. Are you going to side with him?
No, I'm going to go Baby Crystal. I think Baby Crystal's, with the blinkers gone on him the first time, he looks the one to beat. Crazy Treasure, I'll put him in for second though. Mr. Good Vibes, now he ran really well at his last start. He's on the improve, hit the line strongly for 5th. And then another one of the first starters is Fun Elite. His 4 trials to get him ready by Brazen Bow, and he's got good in his trials. So good race this one because you've got all these first starters, but end up with 1, 4, 13 and 5.
Yeah, 7 on debut in the 4th of the day at Sha Tin. But Paul going with one of the race brigade, that is Baby Crystal. More debutants lining up in race number 5 of the day, and it is class 4 over 1,200 metres. And here's the lineup with Fortune Warrior, who got involved into a bit of a speed battle last time out. Phoenix Light, we welcome back Hugh Bowman having his first ride back after injury. Grand Conqueror, very ordinary, and he was terrible at the trials too. Mr. Maestro, Pingwu Sparkle, he's on debut. Super Goldie, a Tavistock 4-year-old is on debut, came through the ISG sale. Super 60, a 3-year-old written by, who's on debut. Top Scorer also makes his Hong Kong debut. Nishikado was slightly better last time out. Woodfire Champ, you've got Always Awesome, and Strathpether down towards the bottom there for Keegan DeMello, and Douglas White drawn at barrier number 8. Pace here, Paul Fortune Warrior, he's likely to lead, but Pingwu Sparkle's got a little bit of pace too.
Yeah, he led in a couple of his trials. I just thought Fortune Warrior's drawn inside him, barrier 2, with the Alice Wong aboard with that 10-pound claim. He'll just go straight to the front. Pingwu Sparkle will be right there. Super Goldie's showing some pace as well in his trials. Strathpether, we know he's got a little bit of pace. Nishikado's drawn wide, he might find it tough. Mr. Maestro, he went better at it. He went well at his debut run. He'll just try and find some cover. Haven't seen any early pace from Super 60. I think he'll go back.
Yes, he has been a bit slow away from the start, has Super 60. Well, it's great to have Hugh Bowman back. He was absolutely flying before that nasty fall at the beginning of November. And last Friday morning, he spoke to Mark about his return.
Pleased to be back at work. It's really, it's just good to be back in the fray. And looking forward to, a few rides on the 26th, Boxing Day, and slowly progressing into a more busy schedule as January approaches.
Can you talk us through the recovery process?
Well, it was pretty basic. I mean, I had a fractured scapula and 3 fractured vertebrae, so really, as much as I was eager and attempting to ride International Day, it was quite clear after a couple of weeks that was that wasn't the right thing to do. So once I made that decision, I really just took it easy for the remaining time. After sort of 5 weeks, I started to build some light fitness back into myself, but it's going to take time, and given the current cold conditions, it makes things even a little more difficult. But that said, very enthusiastic about returning. It's great to be back on the horses. I felt a little bit wayward my first morning a few days ago, but having ridden at the trials this morning, the progression's been really good. The muscle memory's come back really well, so looking forward to getting to the races.
Is there one or two horses you're really looking forward to getting back on now you are back?
Look, I haven't thought so much about trying to identify a real horse. I mean, obviously California Spangle will come up very soon. Looking forward to riding him again. But really it's more about trying to get myself in shape and feeling as good as I can for where I'm at in the process. And it's going to take a few weeks. So I'm not oblivious to that, and I'll continue to work as hard as I can within reason to get myself back to where I need to be.
Excellent to have Hugh back. It had 21 winners prior to that fall on the ill-fated Tuchel. Moving on to have a look at a few runners here, Paul. Fortune Warrior now, as I said before, he got involved in that speed battle. He pressed on to an outright lead and then tried to kick in the straight, but was headed late.
Does get the claim, so he gets £10. He looks a reasonably uncomplicated rider. He'll be out in front. Look, his Sha Tin record worries me. He's had 6 goes there, just been placed 1 from his 6 goes. So, look, I'm happy to watch him. I didn't put him in there.
Handlebars down, though?
I think so. I think it's going to be the go.
That's Fortune Warrior. Next replay, we're going to identify a few runners here, including Strathpether. Nishikado here, but I'm still not totally convinced, Paul. Mr. Maestro, he was pretty good at his debut, I thought.
I'm going to put both Strathpether and Mr. Maestro in this because I think they both ran really well. Mr. Maestro would have learnt a lot from this debut run here. Strathpether's been very consistent. He defies his pedigree. He's by done deal, this horse, but he seems to like it. He's a sprinter. So, look, he's run well once again. And you can see Mr. Maestro running on really nicely there. So it was a good debut run from him. And this was quite a strong race as well, with the Ka Ying horse winning very impressively.
Yep, that was Ka Ying rising there, winning by about 3 lengths at the line or so. So that is the verdict on those gallopers. Onto the all-weather we go for our next replay. And it's a trial of Super Goldie having his debut, Paul. He's been beginning well in his trials. He's the son of Tavistock, who came through the international sale. He
put himself on the pace in these trials as well. He's drawn barrier number 1, so I think he can sit just in behind Fortune Warrior. I've liked his trials. His turf trials have been good once again, and you can see him going nicely here. He ran away at the end. It was a really nice trial from him. So when he was asked to quicken there, see, he really put a length on pretty quickly. So
who's that horse running third?
Yeah, Joyful Hunter.
Yeah, who bolted up on Saturday afternoon at Sha Tin. Another trial to see here, top scorer. He's been looking good at the trials. Paul, John Size, Zach Purton, when they team up with the debutant, you've always got to stand up and take note.
Yeah, definitely. And he's drawn nicely in barrier number 6. He's had 4 trials to get him ready. He was pushed out a little bit here, but he again, he's another one that responded nicely. I mean, the horse that beat him, Module Construction's a pretty good horse. So it was a nice trial from him once again. So, look, I'm going to include him on debut.
Yep, appeared to move pretty well there. It was slightly slow away. Another trial to have a look at here, and this is Pingwu Sparkle. Now, Paul, of course, we can remember Pingwu Spark from a few years ago. He was a behemoth of a horse, but this guy, a 4-year-old by Pride of Dubai, who's had 5 trials, and he won this trial by 2.5 lengths.
He was a big grey, wasn't he?
Wouldn't go in the gates either.
No, he wouldn't. Look, he got tired late, this horse, but he basically still managed to win by 3 lengths at the end there, and it was a nice trial from him. It's just with the other horse in that Fortune Warrior, if he does try and take him on, then maybe they'll get into a speed battle, and that'll suit something just sitting in behind.
Beat a horse in that trial called Davis 12, actually ran okay on Saturday at Sha Tin. Tips for race 5?
Yep, I'm going to go with the 6, one of the debutants here, Super Goldie. I think he'll sit just in behind a strong pace. He's by Tavistock, so I think we'll find he'll be better over 14 or 16. I think he can run a sharp 1200. Strathpether and Mr. Maestro, the race horses, and top scorer, another of the first starters. 6, 12, 4, 8.
And race 5 of the afternoon, 3 p.m. That is the start time for the 6 Up. Back onto the all-weather for race number 6 of the Tuesday card at Sha Tin, and this is Class 4 over the 1,200 metres with Judy's Great, who was impressive when winning. First time onto the all-weather. Manstar, the tongue tie goes on. Rainbow Delight is a newcomer. He's had 5 trials. He's got the pacifiers going on. Speedy Smart, he's got barrier number 1. Akapow was a winner on the surface 2 starts ago. Cool Blue, cheek pieces off. Blinkers are being applied for the first time. Lean Master tried to pinch a break in the straight and was run down. Zach Purton rides for Dennis Ship and Strive for Glory there. Keegan DeMello, Chris Soap off a rating of 44. Do they try and charge forward again here, Paul, with Lean Master and maybe be slightly better rated?
Yeah, maybe. Look, he took off last time, didn't he? And almost held on. He ended up running third, but I think they'll try and do something similar. Speedy Smarty was a little bit unlucky when he came on the surface. Thought he'll get a good run from Barrier 1. Diamond Flair, he's another one that could put a bit of pressure on. Compassion Super coming to this surface. He's another one that likes to go forward, so he can put pressure on as well. Universal Pursuit. Judy's Great won from Barrier 11 last time. He was wide with cover. He might get a similar run in this.
And there was certainly support for him for his first run at Happy Valley, but then they tried the all-weather second up, and you can see he's covering a little bit of ground here, just coming off the back of Flying Dragon, and moved into it nicely. The other horse that's here, Paul, Speedy Smarty, definitely not the worst run from him, because he was in a bit of traffic here. Yeah,
going to make him the long shot, because I think he might be a little bit of the forgotten horse. He was 37 to 1 here. He'd been out of form, and he sort of, this showed coming back onto this surface that maybe this is what he needs. And you can, as you said, look, Judy's Great was off and gone here, but Speedy Smarty, he just couldn't get out, and he did finish off once that other horse came alongside him, and he was only beaten a length. He should be a good price.
Yeah, it wasn't too far away. Yeah, we go back to the winner for Acker Power 2 starts ago. There's a few here in this. This was the race Lean Master tried to steal off the front. What about Cool Blue, though? He's coming into this out of the Frankie Law barn, Paul, is Cool Blue. Blinkers are going on, 0 from 10, and he's been a little costly.
He has been costly, but I think these blinkers, look, he didn't get a clearer run there. He does a lot of things wrong, this horse. He gawks and he carries on, but you can see him running on strongly. There's definitely ability there. Acker Power, Lean Master set this up beautifully for Acker Power, so I don't think he'll try. I don't think he'll be doing that again.
Yeah, you could just see over the final stages that Cool Blue was a little bit all over the show. Yeah. They're having a look around to the inside. Here he is in the trial, and he's not wearing the blinkers in this trial. He's got the cheek pieces on in this trial here. But this is a trial with Universal Pursuit, whose fresh run was okay, and then was disappointing last start behind Wunderbar. Couldn't quicken at all.
You don't know what to do with him from barrier number 9, so I've left him out. Look, Cool Blue, you can see he just... There's definitely some ability there, because he can accelerate quite nicely, but he does a few things wrong. Hopefully these blinkers iron those out. I'm going to take a chance with him, not on top. I'm going to put him in just with those blinkers going on.
Yeah, it is interesting the blinkers go on, but he was wearing the cheek pieces in that trial, and now they've been removed, so we'll see what he can do. But Speedy Smarty.
Yeah, we'll make Speedy Smarty the long shot here. Barrier number 1, he can sit just in behind the pace and overturn Judy's Great. Cool Blue does go in there for second. Judy's Great, 1 for 1 on the all-weather, hard to leave out even from a wide draw. And as you say, Lean Master, he sort of went lickety split last time. Don't think he's going to go as fast in this particular race, so he goes in there for 4th. 6-9-1-11.
That's the preview of race number 6, the Class 4 over the 1,200 metres. Well, race 7 looks a pretty even sort of a contest here, and it's over 1,600 metres for Class 4 gallopers, and at the top, Darcy Joy, Ricky Yu, Zach Purton teaming up here. They've had 4 times teaming up this season for a win, 2 seconds and a third. Fallon's been very disappointing. The blinkers are going on, the hood's off. Ariel, he's a non-winner here in Hong Kong so far. Joyful Friendship. Imperial McGee wasn't bad last time out. Looking Cool's been relatively consistent. Robot Fighter up for start 2. Superwise Dragon, the visor goes on. Circuit 9 missed the start again last time out. Joyful Prosperity. Chateau had a wide run last time. Dragon Pirate. Horse of Good Luck has had a trial win over a mile at Sha Tin recently, and G Liner from barrier number 1. Horse of Good Luck, can he lead up here? Paul, he's a recent trial winner on the turf.
Yeah, he's led in his last couple of starts. He looks like the only leader here. I thought Chateau, he's gone forward in the past, and he might just put himself into the race from a low draw. Imperial McGee likewise. Ariel, I think Ariel might get across outside Horse of Good Luck. There's a big run to that first bend. Joyful Prosperity shouldn't be far away. G-Liner should get a nice run from his draw. What do you do with Circuit 9? He keeps missing the start. You got to put him back, don't you?
He'll miss it again.
Yeah.
He'll miss it again, for sure, no doubt. He looked like he was coming right, but the bad old ways have come back again for him. Darcy Joy was a decent enough run from him last time out. Paul, Horse of Good Luck, you couldn't have him on his race day form because it's been nothing short of shocking, but here he is here off a trial win as well.
Yeah, so look, Horse of Good Luck, now this is over 2,000 metres. This was 2 starts ago for Darcy Joy, and this was at Sha Tin. He went to Happy Valley and he sort of ran on a little bit over the 2,200 metres. His winning, he has won twice with 5 seconds over the 1,600, so it looks like his best distance. Zach Curtin and Ricky Yu got to take notice when they team up, so yeah, he goes in for me.
Yeah, it did sound well there over the final stages. It did Darcy Joy. Next replay here, and this is Super Wise Dragon, going back to the 17th of December, and he's got the visor going on. He had a good run sort of midfield, maybe slightly held up at the early part of the straight here, and then he loomed up and was beaten by one better on the day.
Yeah, which is athleticism. Who's a horse who's he just keeps winning. So look, there's nothing wrong with that sort of form line. Little Fairy was in this race as well. He's come out and sort of run since, but he sort of bumped into Master Hero there as well as he came down. The horse is going well. I think there's a win close for him. The visor going on. It's good. James McDonald aboard.
Yep, he's been in good form. Has Super Wise Dragon without winning. Joyful Prosperity here now. He's back in the field. Chateau up outside the leader. Super Wise Dragon again. And Imperial McGee. Now, he runs 11th in this, but his last start effort, Paul, for 5th behind Holy Lake, he was only beaten 1 3/4, and it was a handy enough run from the Brazilian.
Yeah, it was a good run from him. I didn't mind the run from Chateau here. I know he drops out shortly, but he was right there on the pace the whole way, and he ends up running 4th here. He's had a run at Sha Tin, which didn't really suit him. So I'm going to include Chateau in this race. Actually, this is where he finished a bit further back, but he's sort of been... from his draw, he maps really well. I think he's going to sit just in behind the pace.
Mr. Dapper was the winner of that race. Of course, he was beaten at Sha Tin on Saturday. Tough old race, this one.
It is, isn't it? Going to go with Super Wise Dragon on top here. I think he's consistent and he's ready to win. Darcy Joy comes back to 1,600. Ariel is a non-winner, as he said, but he's been placed in 8 of his 17 starts. So I think he can do another placing. And Chateau, the one I just talked about on the minor line, 8-1-3-11.
It's race 7, and it kickstarts the first leg of the 4th double trio, races 7 and 8. Race number 8, the next race we preview for the Tuesday card, is Class 3 over 1,200 metres. It's the Namshan Handicap, and at the top here is Gold Baby, who's had 5 trials leading into this, not seen since May. Ladies' Choice, James McDonald, Michael Chang, who produced a big price winner at Sha Tin Saturday. Righteous Arian comes to Sha Tin for the first time. Windicator Family, Hood Goes On. Forever Charms, a newcomer, raced in Australia with Blake Ryan under the name of Shadow Raiders. Not a Few races Hero Blues was a winner at Fairy House with Jer Lyons. Only You ran well at his debut. Amazing Run was much better last time out. Gorgeous Win won on International Day. Raging Blizzard and Ka Ying Cheer at the bottom here of a rating of 60 is eligible for something slightly easier. And he'll go forward, no doubt, Paul.
Yeah, he will. He's drawn well. I think he can get to the lead with no worries. Gorgeous Win led on debut, but when he won, he sat just in behind the pace. So from his draw, barrier 9, I think he'll try and get across. Raging Blizzard's drawn 1. He was slightly slow away last time, but if he's not, he's going to get the perfect run. Ladies' Choice is another one that likes to go forward. Righteous Arian, and the rest have gone get back. Forever Charm is a first start with Not a Few, and they haven't shown too much early speed.
Let's first of all look at Amazing Run. Now, he'd done absolutely nothing in his first 2 starts, Paul, but then I think he was standby starter this race here at Sha Tin back on the 17th, and he put up a really stout performance down the outside to close off strongly. He's still a colt as well, a full horse by Zoostar.
Yeah, now this was his first start at Sha Tin. As you mentioned, he'd done nothing at his 2 runs at Happy Valley. One was on a wet track as well. So now coming back to here to Sha Tin, the money was on him. And he showed that he's not a bad horse. He finished off really strongly. So, look, this is a tough race, but I'm going to include him on a minor line.
Yeah, I've got him in as well. He was beaten by an impressive type in Mugen there. Gorgeous Win sat just off the pace here. The 3-year-old by Press Statement, Paul. He backed up his handy debut run behind Raging Blizzard with this good win over Storm Rider. And he travelled up strongly, but it was noticeable here that Purton wanted to get right away from the fence with him at the top of the straight.
He did, didn't he? And look, he just absolutely bolted in this day. This is only his 2nd start. He had the perfect run, but you couldn't have been any more impressive with that. the way he finished off, and he won well. So a really nice win from this horse. He's definitely one of the maiden chances for me.
Yep, he was very impressive there at winning by probably nearly 3 lengths at the line over Storm Rider, who of course was a winner at his debut here in Hong Kong. Moving on to Raging Blizzard now, and here he is running fourth. Ladies' choice, and we haven't seen enough yet from Windicator Family.
No, he doesn't go in, but Raging Blizzard definitely does. He was 3-4 wide the whole way, and he didn't get the clearest of runs. He was slightly slow away. He's drawn nicely in barrier 1. He's going to get that perfect run just in behind. He showed a really good turn of foot here and a really strong form race. The airs come out and was placed again on the weekend. Galaxy Patch just keeps winning as well. So, look, I think he's the one to beat, actually. I think he can beat Gorgeous Win.
Okay, you can see there just from behind them, Ladies' Choice whacking away over the final stages. One more to have a look at, and he's making his Sha Tin debut. That is Righteous Arian. Big win here. He covered some ground. He's got barrier 11, so that's not going to be easy. He's been freshened up and he's had 2 trials leading into this.
He has. So look, there is that unknown. He's found quite a hard class 3 here at Sha Tin to come into from barrier number 11. But we know he's a very good horse around Happy Valley, and he does win well when he does win his races. So I didn't get him in the end, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well.
And that was Scotch Tycoonal on the inside there. Of course, he's been able to win since that and franked the form there. Who goes on top for the 8th?
Got to go with Raging Blizzard. I think he can beat Gorgeous Win, but they're the 2 main chances for me, 10 and 9. Kaying Chair from the front, an amazing run. We spoke about him as well. He's improved a lot since he's come to Sha Tin. 10, 9, 11 and 8.
The late treble gets underway on race number 8. It's the Class 3 over the 1,200 metres. Good race down the straight is race number 9, Class 3 over the 1,000 metres, and here is the lineup for it, with at the top Pleasant Endeavour carrying a top weight of 133 for this, with Bowman on board. Heroic Master comes to the straight course for the first time, Packing Bowl onto the straight course for the first time. Kaima is a newcomer, has raced in Australia and also in the UK. Summit Chair's the last start winner. Chevelle Valiant, Shadow Roll goes on, blinkers hood off. Down to Lucky Gore, who bombed the start last time out. Kaiying Power's got the blinkers going on for the first time. Northern Beach is very unlucky. Solar Up, blinkers on. A former Australian galloper, Jolly Companion. Metro Warrior, probably not suited by Happy Valley last start, and Must Go never ran on at all last time out. Pace here, Paul. Packing Bowl likes to go forward. Chevelle Valiant shouldn't be far away, and Metro Warrior with California Touch. He raced handy at his debut.
He did drop out though. Look, Pleasant Endeavour comes across. I think Heroic Master be sort of midfield there. Chevelle Valiant led at every start last season, but he hasn't, in his starts this season, he hasn't necessarily led. But he should be there right there. Solar Up showing a bit of pace in his trials. And Lucky Gore, the big question is to start with him because he missed it last time.
Indeed, he did. Let's hear from Mark Newnham. He's going to talk about Kaima, the former UK galloper, come Aussie, come Hong Konger.
Mark Newnham, now you've got a newcomer racing on the 26th by the name of Kaima, who has had a few stamps in the passport, this horse, and is now wound up in Hong Kong with you.
Yeah, look, he started off in the UK and he was bought by Mr Cheng to race in Sydney, and then when I got a licence here, he had a permit and decided to send him here after a couple of starts in Sydney. He ran very well his last start at Rose Hill, he ran second.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the next sort of question, really, is the fact that he was racing around Rose Hill, so he clearly is of decent standing.
Yeah, and look, he's got solid form. He's only starting off at 1,000, but since he's been here, he's been pretty sharp in his trials, so just thought it was a good starting point for him.
How happy were you with his recent trial? I mean, he's run second to Baby Crystal. You've had some of the top jockeys trialling him too. Yeah,
Zach's been happy to stick with him, so that's always a good sign. And look, the form around his trials is good. It looks, you know, he's handled the straight well in both his trials, so looks a good starting point.
And you're starting to unleash, Mark, a few newcomers, of course. Obviously, it all takes time, but this horse and others amongst them, obviously, nice to get them on the track.
Yeah, and look, that's been the key to it, is just a bit of patience, really. You know, I've got a lot of new horses in the stable, and a few of those will be coming out on Boxing Day, and a few more in January.
Yes, a few first starters lining up there for Mark Newnham, and Kaima is one of those. On to the replays now, Paul, with the Packing Bowl. Straight course for him for the first time, but he certainly produced the goods not only on the turf at his debut, but also on the all-weather now.
Yeah, look, and he shows a lot of pace in his races, so he's going to put himself right there. He's trialled really well coming down the straight 1,000. No reason we won't be able to handle on race day. He just met a really informed horse here in Smoky Bear, who's been 2 from 2 at this stage when he won this race. So, look, a good run from him once again, and he's a horse in form at the moment.
Yep, the horse running fourth in that replay, of course, Adafil, who came out and won on Saturday on the all-weather at Sha Tin. To a straight race we go here with a host of horses. So we've got Summit Cheers highlighted, but look at old Lucky Gore on his bad behaviour at the start there.
He was, wasn't he? And look, it was a really good run from him. It didn't go overly fast as well, so he managed to come off a slow pace and run really well. I mean, Summit Cheers, whether he can put 2 in a row, he's won 2 of his last 3, so he's a horse in good form at the moment. But I'm going to take Lucky Gore out of this race. Hopefully he'll do everything right at the start, and if he does, I think he'd be tough to beat on the back of this run. You can see him still last there on the inside, and he has to sort of loop the field or do a semicircle. And as he comes around, he finishes off really nicely and wins. Northern Beach is the other one that was really unlucky coming out of this race. He had nowhere to go as well. So both these 2 horses, I think, are big chances in this race.
That horse that's up on the pace in the Grandstand Rail, Metro Warrior, they took him to Happy Valley last time out. I'm not sure that was the right choice.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's a lot better down the straight 1,000, and that's where his wins have been. So better coming here. But you can see Lucky Gore there finishing off really nicely.
Yep, he certainly was. And you could also see there, I think it might have been Superb Kid on the outside rail. He ran well at his next start, so keep an eye on him for where he goes to next. Heroic Master coming to Sha Tin for the first time. James McDonald, Frankie Law, and he's drawn barrier 4, so on the other side of the track.
Yeah, you have to go 18 months back to his last time he trialled down the straight 1,000. That was behind Victor, the winner, and he trialled really well. So there's no reason why he won't handle the 1,000 metres. And again, he's running really well. He didn't really get the race run to suit here because he was on a fast pace, and I think with just a little bit quieter, he's going to run well down the straight 1,000.
Yep, an explosive witness is Frank the Form from that. Of course, he got involved in that speed battle there, did Heroic Master. Tips, race 9, please.
Yeah, got to go with the 8 on top here, Lucky Gore. I think he can bounce back and win this from Northern Beaches. Heroic Master and Packing Bowl, we spoke about all 4 of these, so 8, 10, 2 and 3.
It's looking a seriously competitive race down the straight. Race 9, Class 3, 1,000 metres. A Class 3 mile to round out the Boxing Day card at Sha Tin is race number 10, and here's the lineup with Flagship Warrior. The blinkers are going on for the first time. Casper Found's Hugh Bowman. Simple Hedge was a winner going back to the end of last season. Blinkers are being reapplied on him. Accolade Start certainly improved with his second start. Chang Cheng Glory shooting for 4 in a row. Harker Radiance raced in the UK, ran at Chelmsford, was a winner there, and also raced in the Britannia Stakes. Hood Tongue Tie for him. Billionaire Secret, I Keep Winning, raced with Brad Wood up in Australia. He was a Hawkesbury and Canterbury winner. Jumbo Fortune, a last start winner. Bear Palace has got the blinkers going on, and Red Majesty ideally looking for the class drop, no doubt, and a run at Happy Valley. Cheng Glory here, Paul. Can he dictate without too much competition here?
I think so. Look, he looks a likely leader in the race. He's led his last 3 when he's won. Flamingo Trillion's got pace, but doesn't necessarily need to lead. Circuit Mighty hasn't led in his last few starts. Red Majesty used to be a out-and-out leader at Happy Valley, but he hasn't led for a long time. Accolade Start went forward at his last start and ran well. I Keep Winning. Now, he's gone back in his trials, but when he raced in Australia, he did actually go out to a big lead in one of the races that he actually won. So he has got a little bit of early pace.
Well, it took Jumbo Fortune the grand total of 26 starts to win a race. Let's see if he can go back-to-back. He's in the right stable. That's Pierre Ung.
Pierre, Jumbo Fortune is a horse who finally got his head in front. I imagine that must have been quite a fulfilling win for you.
Oh, definitely for the owners as well. And last run was brave, carrying the top weight in Class 4, and now he's running his mile. I think he is suitable as well.
You're running him again quick. Now, might this just be the time, perhaps, to catch this horse, a horse like him, once again, now that he's sort of got his head in front? Is he maybe a confidence type of horse, in your opinion?
He's starting to get more confidence from the last start, and I just hopefully when he's back up to Class 3 and he can do a little bit more, you know, to getting prize money for Honest.
They put him up £5, Pierre. Now he's off a mark of 65. I mean, he came with a pretty lofty rating. So, I mean, the talent, the ability's always been there, and I guess going back up in grade might not affect him too badly.
I don't think it affected him because 2 races ago he had a good run, and it wasn't a clear run for him. And I do think he has a chance.
I mean, one day last season, actually, going back to his record for you, he ran a nice race over this trip under Zach Penn. I think he was only beat about half a length off 71. So I guess that would sort of fill you with a bit of confidence as well.
Yeah, we just when he got up down to Class 4, we just try to win one and come back up and do it again. You know?
Horses continue to race well. Long may that continue also.
Yeah, as long as they keeping their fitness and healthy, and hopefully can do a bit more.
That is Pierre Rung. He's also got in the race Billionaire Secret, who doesn't look the worst of chances coming into this final event. More replays to look at here, Paul, and this is Chang Cheng Glory doing it off the front. The blinkers have been the big oracle with this horse, and well, you'd wonder if they're all going to sit back and give him an uncontested lead again. Well,
Flamingo Trillion, he's the one that's likely to put pressure on him, and he didn't on this occasion. Woodfire Bro had the perfect run. He's come out and run really well in the feature race on the weekend. So, look, this horse is just going really well at the moment. They're talking about the 4-year-old series for him. He's off a rating of 72, so he's going to have to win a couple more. But, look, Woodfire Bro ran well, and also Beauty Fit. So he's in a bit of form as well.
And that other horse down the outside, King Dragon, I think it was.
Yeah.
He came out and won, of course. Speed Dragon, sorry, yeah. He came out and won, so the form there has also been pretty good. Moving on to the next replay, and this is Billionaire Secret for Pierre Rung and Vincent Ho, drawn barrier number 1. I thought he stayed on okay, and of course this is the ensued race. He was back sandwiched between runners, and he won the Class 2 distance race at the weekend.
Yeah, he did. So, look, he's gone really well. He got out in the clear at the right time, Billionaire Secret, and he finished off nicely. So, look, he's another horse that's going well at the moment. He did win 3 starts ago here at Sha Tin. I always thought he was going to be an all-weather horse because they raced him on the all-weather and he was always continuously placed without winning, but he looks like better on the turf now.
Yep, he went okay there, I thought, to Billionaire Secret. One more to highlight, and it is Flagship. Well, I'm not totally sure Happy Valley was ideal for him last time out. Now, he provided his connections with a little Christmas cracker on the Christmas Eve meeting last season when he won at his debut from barrier 14.
Yeah, that was over 1,200. He's raced over a lot longer distances than that now. He's up to 1,600 metres here. He's drawn wide, so he'll get back. But look, he's definitely got a good turn of foot on him. And I agree with you. I think with blinkers on, I'm going to include him with those blinkers on.
Yep, I think he's certainly interesting with those blinkers on this time round. But you've been a Chang Cheng Glory man for a while. Are you backing up again?
Yeah, look, I've been with him this last 3 starts. I'm not going to jump off the tram now. So he's on top. Simple Hedge. Now, he's one we haven't talked about, but he comes up to 1,600 metres for the first time by Sebring, Jumbo Fortune and Flagship Warrior. We talked about those. I think 4 can win again. 4-2-9-1.
That is the preview for the final event at Sha Tin, 5:45 for that. And don't forget to join us for the first at 1 p.m. All the information on the website hkjc.com.